So we are understanding to realize we are consciousness, or we can say we are absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. The very understanding and recognition leads to an experience that we are the real self. And once that happens, that is what is known as awakening. Can you solve a puzzle? I was thinking early in the morning. Yes, yes, we have solved many puzzles, so we can solve your puzzles. So I had a cup of coffee, I drank it. Now it is empty. It means the space inside the cup is there. I moved the cup from the kitchen or from the living room to the kitchen. Can you tell? Did the space inside the cup also moved or not? And if it is moved, it means all our learning until now is a waste. We did not end.
The space doesn't move, it is all pervading. How it can move? If not, then the space is all pervading. Then it is not the space of a cup, but one space that is all pervading. One space that is all pervading. Now just imagine that we all are different cups. Inside is one consciousness. Wherever you go, it is one consciousness. It is only one consciousness. It is only one real self. There are not many. It is only one real self. I will make it simple. Little simpler. You see, we understand intellectually even the scientific principles, but then we don't apply in our life, and we continue claiming that prove it whether there is a real self or not. Let us take a simple principle from the science. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. We all know. Say in your mind, yes, we all know. So say yes, matter is neither created nor destroyed. Matter is, I'm repeating again, matter is neither created nor destroyed. That is what we know it. How much we understand with the reference to our life, that is a different matter. So, because we don't apply with the reference to the body, so it means we know and still we don't know. But let us make it simple, more simple. What is your date of birth? So, date of birth means that when I was born, right? So, when I was born, the matter in a different shape has manifested as a baby, which is known as the birth. Am I right? Matter. This body is a matter. Carb, protein, minerals, etc., etc., etc. I'm still taking the same principle. What is that principle? Matter is neither created nor destroyed. It remains the same. Clear? So I was born. Born means body. Body means matter. Clear? Body means matter. Or you can say, I was born out of that matter which is already present in the universe. Why? Matter is neither created nor destroyed. So there is no Girish, there is no Dennis, there is no Stephen, there is no Terry, there is no Ashok. It is just a manifestation. For the sake of convenience, we have named it. Are you clear? I'm just cause and effect relationship. You look at our teachers, how they understand. So when I was born, okay, born is a body. Okay, body is a matter. Okay, matter is neither created nor destroyed. So it means this body manifested out of the matter already present. Am I clear? Say yes. This body, we call it by the name and the form at the time of the birth. whatever the matter it is present in the body was already present before. Why? Because matter is neither created nor destroyed. So how can you say I have, oh, I am born? Very good. You are born. And then this body will die, so called the body will die. So when my this body, don't think about yourself, to think about this beard guy. So this body dies, does it mean that now there is some additional matter in the universe, or it is the same? Principle is the matter is neither created nor destroyed. The matter remains the same. Whether there is a birth, whether there is a death, whether there is a growth. Huh? I had an acute pain last week because the tooth was extracted. It is also a matter. Where it went into the same aggregate of that matter. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. So there is something which is whole behind the change, which keeps the balance. Or what do you mean by balance? That matter is neither created nor destroyed. It means there is something behind that matter that keeps the balance. And that is whole. Because when we say matter is neither created nor destroyed, there must be something, the cause, the root cause behind which is maintaining the balance. So that is what we say in Shanti Mantra. Oh, that is what we say in Shanti Mantra. That is what we mean by the whole. We mean by the whole is the real self. And because of that real self, there is a manifestation. That manifestation is known as the birth, and that manifestation disappears and dissolves. That is known as the death. Why to worry about it? It manifested from that existence. It will stop its manifestation by the same existence. Why you have to worry? So where we are lacking the incomplete knowledge with reference to the subjective reality. Objective reality is nothing but the manifestation. What is objective reality? Name and the form. Name and the form appears and disappears. Appearance, where it appears? It appears on the consciousness. That is why I gave a simple example that I took a cup of coffee. Now the cup is empty. There is a space in it. Now I moved my cup, clip out from the living room to the kitchen. But there was an empty space in it. Did the space also move? Space did not move. Why space does not move? Because it is all pervading. What do you mean by all pervading? It is whole. That consciousness is whole. I am of the nature of the real self. We should be like the waves, waves, in many forms the water is there. Subjective reality. We are looking for. That is why the master says every day, at least you remind yourself, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamaduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. This means that consciousness. So what the Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam, that is infinite. So this is also infinite. That consciousness is infinite. That matter, here, take the same example. It is neither created nor destroyed. So it is almost the whole. So that this is infinite. What matter we are talking about? The ultimate cause behind all the matters the science knows and behind the five elements mind, intellect, and ego. That is infinite. Behind that, there is a real self. So, what is about, and this is also infinite, what is this? This body, mind, intellect, because. So, this is what the master is saying. It is just a manifestation. So, don't get caught up in the manifestation, which is known as the birth and the death. The infinite proceeds from the infinite. It cannot proceed uh, from the finite. Then taking the infinitude of the infinite, you have to contemplate and reflect again and again. It remains as the infinite again. You have to prove it. Just prove it. The way I prove that matter is neither created nor destroyed. Okay, this body. So I was born 66 years ago. Oh, so you were born from the matter which was not already present? If it is not already present, then the principle of matter is neither created nor destroyed, is gone, is falsified. We live in incomplete knowledge. We don't apply even these principles at the subjective level. So we have a problem. It means that I'm born out of something not present in the universe. So matter is neither created nor destroyed. That is the false. Only we can recognize when we are a seeker at all the time. Awareness is there inside. It is pointing to something that is beyond the body. It is that self awareness which perceives this body in appearance is the birth. This body in disappearance is known as the death. And it is destined. It happens by the existence. So we need not to worry. So we are free from the fear of the death. You cannot imagine house without repair and maintenance can last for 66 years. Car cannot last for 66 years. This is lasting. So what the master is pointing out, the goals in life should continue. Your career, your job, your relationship, your marriage, your divorce. But the goal of life is to discover all pervading space in the clay pot, inside and outside. Same thing, consciousness outside and inside. It is all pervading. It is only one. So if we forget becoming the seeker, the journey is lost. Last week we discussed that sleep is a short death, and the death is eternal sleep. That is why I brought this topic. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. So we discussed death is eternal sleep. Eternal sleep means unmanifest. And the sleep is a short form of the same unmanifest. Are you getting it? Can I say we die every day? We die every day. When we die every day, why to have a fear about the death? We die every day. How can you say that we don't die? So sleep is a short form of the death, and the death is the eternal sleep. And after sleep, we wake up. So when you are listening and learning and contemplating and reflecting, your mind reaches to that subjective reality. Awaken means knowing real self, and waking up means that I am in a waking state. Waking state is subjected by the same matter. Waking state. What is the waking state? Means I am the material being, the false I, body mind complex. Awaken means that I'm not the body mind complex, I'm that consciousness. I gave you an example. The space doesn't move in the clay pot or the cup, it remains the same. One master beautifully put it. Reflect on it. Imagine, just I mean, imagine. Sometime in science also we imagine, just imagine, assume, hypothesis. Imagine that you are aware of sleep. Imagine you are in deep sleep and you are aware. Aware, less awareness is sleep, and aware, fullness awareness is awakening. With that assumption, what is that assumption? Simple. Imagine that you are in deep sleep and you are aware. So, aware, less awareness is sleep. And aware, fullness awareness is awakening. That is the journey. I have to move from aware, less awareness to aware, fullness awareness. That is known as awakening. This is what the master is talking about. So, in deep sleep, we are settled in the real self, but I'm not aware. There is a disappearance of the false I. What is false I? The body mind complex. But I'm still settled in the real self. There is no doubt about it. But I don't know. So when I know it, it is a meditative state and it is awakening. We easily understood the space is all pervading. We have also understood the appearance and disappearance of this body, which is made up of the matter, which is neither created nor destroyed, means there is a manifestation from the entire universe, some selected matter, and I'm speaking, you are listening. But behind that, and you see, the surprise is that the life of all the living beings at the objective level is different. It varies. Somebody has little stress, somebody has more stress, somebody is sleeping, somebody is listening. But the sleep is a common factor. That deep sleep is a common factor in all the living beings. It means my mind does not know that real self, But the real self does all the trick by going into the deep sleep. We are settled into that. Everyone, all the living beings. So once we have understood this, another point of deep sleep is that why that deep sleep, why we say that we are connected to the real self. We say that the real self is of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So when I wake up from the deep sleep, I experience fresh, happy, joyful, calm, and relaxed from where it has come. So our short death brings the peace and the joy in our life. Short death is the deep sleep. So the masters have found out that if I can become conscious of that state where I transcend the body and the mind, I can enter into the state of awakening. And that is what they name differently meditation or mindfulness, etc., etc. I have to recognize and realize that state. How? By understanding, by cause and effect relationship, by awarefulness awareness. So today's topic, when I gave you an example of the body in appearance and the body disappearance, it comes from the same matter. The matter is neither created nor destroyed, so it has come from the same matter. So when the matter undergoes a change with a different name in the form, it is just a manifestation. This matter will remain the matter. Do you agree that this matter will remain the matter? So the principle from the science we don't accept in our with reference to the body mind complex because the science takes another term to the objective reality, and that is universe. So the master says when we recognize the inherent defects of the world in which we live, we will know the real self. So we have to contemplate and reflect that the world does not contain the happiness. Why? So that the mind will be redirected inside naturally. I need not to practice. I need not to control the mind. Simply the mind will say, okay, happiness is not there outside. So when I was born, there is this conditioning by the society, culture, etc., etc., etc. That heavy conditioning in my mind causes the fear of the death, but it belongs to the existence, appearance and disappearance. So it means the ignorance is beginningless. We are ignorant since our childhood until now that I will die. Question is, there is no birth and there is no death. It is just a mixture, here and there. Can you think that you go to the kitchen and cut the vegetables and mix some spices and make the vegetable? The same thing, the existence has went to it's a kitchen of the entire universe. And manifestation, which that manifestation is known as Girish, second is known as Ashok, third is known as the Danis, fourth is David and the Jari. This is what is happening. And all the time. It is happening all the time. It is happening all the time. Why it is happening? All matter is undergoing a change. So matter has reached to a certain change with a certain characteristics, which is I call as an old age. Matter has undergone a change in this body. Gray hair, and I can say, no, no, I'm 10 years old, so nobody would believe it. But what has undergone a change? Childhood, youth, old age. Matter. Matter in a different proportion. That proportion has changed. Nothing else has changed. I did not change. That space inside, that real self did not change at all. Look at it. This is what the master is talking about. I thought better to talk about this. So we are looking in the inherent defects in the world where I relate myself, thinking, speaking, and acting my daily life. Because if the world does not exist, how can I think, speak, and act? So if I recognize the inherent defects in the world outside, in my relationship, in my personal, professional, social life, and those defects causes the ignorance, and ignorance causes the suffering, the way 50 students, one student is the son of this father who cannot hear clearly. So there is an obstruction by the 49 students. And those 49 students are 49 thoughts, 49 desires, 49 past impressions, and the memories that we have. And we are not able to recognize. So that obstruction is there. That is why I say that, I don't know real self. Why I don't know? Because it does not exist. It does not exist. Because my mind says there are 49 things are available, so that real self does not exist. That is ignorance. Ignorance causes the delusion. Delusion, I will talk in later on. Delusion causes five types of foolishness. We have explained and defined the foolishness also. And then we have categorized them into five types of foolishness. So ignorance causes the delusion, and delusion prevents an individual from realizing my true nature. So ignorance plays an important role in keeping me, it creating the false I, and the false I identifies with the body mind complex. The moment it is identified, then it creates an attachment and detachment. Then I feel that I'm settled in the body. I feel that the space inside the clay pot is the only space. It is different from the space outside. You understand or you don't understand. You have to listen and learn it again and again, then you will pick up easily. Recognize the analogy of hearing an individual voice in a group. Same example. In practical terms, think of trying to recognize a specific sound in a noisy environment. That is the analogy. Consider how this analogy applies to the concept of ignorance in Eastern wisdom. So, ignorance acts like a noise, obscuring, preventing my right perception. I see you. Oh, you're Dennis. Okay, you're David. Awareness helps me to see you beyond Dennis of name in the form, David of name in the form, Jerry of the name in the form, and I'm there. That I miss. Why I miss? I have been telling you ignorance, delusion. So I have to find out, I have to explore the technique for overcoming this ignorance, meditation. But here the meditation is understanding, knowledge, awareness. It has nothing to do with that. No, let me breathe here and there, let me do fire of breath and then I will reach. No. This master says, no, I'm not giving you any practice. Even though at the later stage he gives some practice. But those practices are purely of the knowledge. That misconception has to go by only understanding. And it is simple to know that there are 50 students, all are singing in a chorus. One is my son. So there is a mixture. When there is a mixture, it is incomplete knowledge and ignorance. That is another way to understand. Where there is a mixture, it is incomplete knowledge as far as psychological, mental understanding is concerned. Then what happened? Another player enters. That player is the world. Do I know the word? No. No, I know the word of name and the form. By name and the form, we know it. Do I know the inherent nature of the word? Do I know the defects in the word? When I recognize there are defects in the word, then I can get rid of the delusion. I can realize the illusion, and the best thing, master focus on, realize the illusion of worldly happiness, because that will help your mind to go inside naturally when you discover that as such there is no happiness in the world. It comes due to the binding power of attachment. Let us go look at the verse now. I've already covered that father is not able to distinguish. And then go a little deeper. And let me look at the verse. So, another question to answer: what obstructs the recognition of happiness of the self? What obstructs? Same example of 50 students in one. That is an obstruction. Noise. The world offers the noise. What is that noise? Attachment, detachment, likes, dislikes. I claim that I'm the body and the mind. These defects comes from the world. The continuous pursuit and attention towards the worldly pleasure and desires obstruct our realization. That is why we say no. You have to desire for seeking happiness outside is a delusion. Doesn't mean that, if I like pasta, I shouldn't eat. No, keep on eating pasta. Then what? You are contradicting. No, I'm not contradicting. Continue eating pasta because you like it, but with awareness, not with awareless awareness. So what will happen? That real self, you find there is a separation. You will see the reflected consciousness. That is, the mind is experiencing the pleasure in the pasta, but the happiness is already there. That happiness from inside, from the real self, is projected into the mind with a sense of attachment into the pasta. That is what is happening all the time, whether we pick up any object from the eyes, ears. These are objects which we feel that it gives me a pleasure and happiness. So the master is saying, I experience happiness in lot of things. It means I know happiness is my nature, but I don't know fully that that happiness is me. That is why I say I'm very happy eating pasta. I'm very happy eating, going for a vacation. I'm very happy doing this and that. That is an obstruction. What is that obstruction? Pay attention. Pasta is not an obstruction. It is my experience that takes place in the mind of eating pasta. So the pasta is an object. Mind perceives it. Mind has a desire to eat pasta, to seek happiness is there. Mind is divided, and that is the obstacle. So once we understand that the mind creates, mind is an enemy, we remove this, you are there. You are there. It's a little, I would say serious, but when we understand that seriousness, then it becomes very easy. And that is why I gave two examples of the cup and the space. The space doesn't move. So I maintain my awareness. Oh, that doesn't move. Now this is the cup. Body and the mind is the cup. It also doesn't move. There is only one space everywhere. It means one consciousness is there. So the same metaphor works again. When I'm able to recognize the voice and the singing of my son out of the 50 students, I have realized it. What I have to do, I have to get rid of this noise. What is this noise? My mind seeking happiness from outside, from any object, from anything. Idea, that thought, that experience should be kept in abeyance, or you should be able to maintain your awareness while seeking those pleasures. That pleasure is not outside. It will silence the noise. And you are there, you are in a deeper state of meditation. In a deeper state of meditation. So recognize, we constantly, now we recognize the inherent defects of the word instead. Mine, I like Pastor, yes, you are, but you are recognizing the defects. What is that defect? Happiness is not present in the pasta, but my mind is saying that it is present in the past. What is another defect? Oh, because I like it. Mind is also the part of the world. So I like it. And that is why I experience the happiness. If I dislike it, I cannot experience the happiness. Oh, yes. Yes, that is also true. So happiness is not the property of the pasta. Oh, yes, that is also true. From where the happiness comes from inside. So we remind ourselves, oh, it comes from inside. Inherent defects of the word. There are many inherent defects. Can you imagine? Can you think of it? Can you think of it? What you can think of it? World is constantly changing. I cannot have a permanent happiness where anything is changing. Matter is unconscious. What is unconscious cannot give me an experience of happiness. These are the obstructions which is living in my mind in the form of a delusion, foolishness, and ignorance. Now, there is a very common statements in India. When you are over 65 in India, people say, now I am retired. My master used to say, never retire. Now is the right time. If you have not followed the Eastern wisdom before, this is the right time to find out who you are. Now is the time to contemplate and reflect. Even, seeking those pleasures which we had done in the youth, the body doesn't have enough power. So it is better to accept it gracefully and continue to contemplate and reflect rather than falling into unconsciousness. So, our topic today was again, I reduced it to that. Let us know the defects. But why I have to know the defects of the world? Because so that I can calm down my mind. That nothing outside, no matter, no material object has the property of happiness. For second thing, that every manifestation from the body mind complex, from my honey, from my parents, to my car, to my smartphone, to my house, all are manifestation. They manifest, they become unmanifest. I moved to Arizona in 2018. So in 2017, in the very beginning, there was no house, so manifested from the same matter. One day it will become unmanifest. But the consciousness, again referring to the space, neither moves nor changes anywhere. So we have found the real self. Again, I'm repeating, you have to think of it. Awarelessness. You can say also awarelessness, awareness is sleep, is death. Sleep is death. And awarefulness, awareness. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Just, in the name of the steps, you already understand. Look at the neck joint object. You are aware of the neck joint. You are aware of the experience in the neck joint. You are aware the mind has changed the direction from the world outside to the neck joint. And now you experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness that also belongs to the object. But the master is saying awarefulness, awareness. What does it mean? So even, with eyes closed, you may feel that we are practicing. It's a non-practice. We are listening. You are listening and you are moving there. Let me introduce something very interesting. I just got it, prompted my mind. So one is awareness. other is awareness of, or you simply say aware of. You are aware of neck joint mind. You are aware of the experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Mind. You're listening to me, mind. But behind that, there is a pure awareness, still exists, continues to exist. Just see that. That is known as the witness consciousness. That fact is that basically is known as the mindfulness. I didn't get it. Let us see it again. Look at the entire body. So when I say look at the entire body, means I'm using the phrase and then we will go deeper. It means you are aware of the entire body. Isn't it so? That you is the mind. Oh, so the mind is aware of the body. Yes, I can accept that. Not only this, mind is aware of all the experiences taking place at present in the mind. And because the mind is constantly moving from one objective reality to the other, so we have variety of our experiences, but behind that there is a pure awareness. Why I say there is a pure awareness? Because that awareness is not aware of anything, it is simply aware. I hope so that I'm trying to make it clear. Oh, yes, 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 awareness is there. It is like the sunlight is there, and that light is reflecting into the mirror, throwing the light on the wall, and from that light, I know what is on the wall. I'm finding different ways to make it clear. Oh, that is okay. Or you simply say yes, what wherever I am aware of, it is the play of the mind. Aware of and awareness. You see the simple way again. Are you aware of the body? Yes. So be aware of the body and experience comfort and steadiness in the body. No, I'm not saying anything. So awareness is there. I'm aware of the body. Now I'm not aware of the body. Again, it is belongs to the mind. But behind that there is what I call as a pure awareness is left, and that is known as the witness consciousness. Uh, in different traditions of the Eastern wisdom, Pure, simple awareness is a choiceless awareness. Okay, then what? Yeah, let the manifestation continues. What does that mean? Oh, the thought comes, I'm aware of the thought. Thought leaves, now I'm not aware of the thought. Both are the mind. And behind that, there is only awareness. There is no aware of. Can we really separate? If they are separate, I have to recognize it. You're not doing anything at all. One thing is clear, you're not doing anything at all. There is a awareness. Is there any need for any instruction just to remind you? I recognize, I am aware of means objective reality. It is happening because of the mind, but behind that, there is an awareness. I'm aware of the cup in the living room, I'm aware of the cup in the kitchen, but space. Oh, did I move the space? No, that space is one uniform, unchanged. Okay, that is why we say be aware of the breath. Yes, be aware of the breath. So pay attention. I'm aware of the breath going in, so I could see the change, reflecting, pointing to the constant changing nature of the world. But behind that, there is an awareness. Without being aware of. Aware of means mind, senses, objects, body, intellect, pulsi, and the world. Oh, so I recognize the defects of the world just by being aware of the breath. Answer is yes. So the master says, no, you are aware of the breath every day, but at every day you learn something how this mind is working, and behind that there is a consciousness. Sunlight, moonlight, or you can say sunlight is the real self. Sun rays are there. The sun is aware of the sun by itself. You don't need a reflected light of the mirror. Oh, that reflected light is the mind, and the mind becomes aware of the world outside, and that causes the delusion this is me and mine. Oh my God, that is the problem. That is an abstraction. That is the noise the teacher is talking about 50 students versus my son. I'm not able to hear clearly. Yes. But yes, I could see my son is moving the lips, so I can make out that he is singing. Look at it, how this metaphor works. So, metaphorically, my mind has removed the 49 students. Okay. Only my son is left who is singing. My mind gets absorbed completely. That is what the self absorption is. So, self absorption, mind is merged. So, still awareness is left. Yes, I'm aware. Now, even when you say I am aware, it is only awareness, it is a witness consciousness. And that is what we are heading to. Constant, continuous reflection, contemplation helps you to so called separate that awareness with from aware of. And if that happens, you're there. Mm. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Om Shanti, shanti, shanti. Om Shanti, shanti, shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. How are you, Stephen?
Good, sir. Thank you. I'm walking away today with the understanding of the one space and one consciousness. Everything else that you talked about today will require a lot more listening and contemplation and reflection. And I didn't try to connect it or understand it as deep as I normally do, and just settled into a space that said there's a time and a place for today's lesson, and I'm going to just go with it. So thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. We have to contemplate and reflect. When I don't speak, am I not aware? Yes, awareness is there. But when I speak, I'm aware of speaking. The two things are always present. So that pure awareness is the real self, and aware of is the mind. How do you take it, Dennis? It's okay.
Thank you for the lesson. I was thinking about the statement that the matter is not created nor destroyed, and I think it means that the the whole concept of creation and destruction is false, as there is there cannot be creation nor destruction, and as such, the concept of change is also has to be false. So I ask myself, what exactly is this change that we are talking about? We are saying that everything that is changing is false, that we have understood, but uh, what about the change itself? What exactly is the change itself? And I think that uh, the change itself is the incomplete knowledge and imperfect perception. So when we perceive real self as changing manifestations, that is our incomplete knowledge, and that is imperfect perception. While in fact nothing is changing, that real self cannot change, but only its manifestations. And what is the manifestation? Manifestation is how we perceive the world.
Yeah,
So that
beautiful.
kind of proves that nothing is created nor destroyed. And the other thing that I also liked very much is that how you explain the difference between the awareness itself and awareness of something. When it comes to the objective world, we also always add the of, and the awareness without of is the real awareness. Thank you.
Definitely. You see, I was listening. So who was listening? The mind. Mind was aware of the words passing through, striking to my ears. That is the nature of the mind. But behind that, there is a continuous nature of awareness. And then there is a aware of the words and the language, understanding in the intellect. That is the second part. So two things are always aware. That is the beauty of this journey of the Eastern wisdom. You see, regarding the matter is neither created nor destroyed, and all are manifestation. Our common sense intellect says that the cause leads to an effect. But if the one object is the cause of B effect, and B effect is the cause of the A cause, which is an effect, that is false. It's a complex language. No. Who is first, egg or chicken? It's a wrong question to ask. You are asking that whether the cause is the egg or chicken is the effect, or you are asking chicken is the cause and the egg is the effect. So normally people say find out the answer. It's a wrong question, is wrong. Did you understand? Cause and effect. Egg cannot be the cause and effect at the same time. The chicken cannot be the cause and effect at the same time. Hence, what is happening? This is all manifestation. So my perception that it is changing is basically a delusion. Behind that, I see only one real self. Behind that, I see only one real self. That is known as awarefulness awareness. This is what the master, but he will become clear in the future verses. How are you, David and Jerry?
Thank you. The lesson today was interesting from a timing perspective. We have a family member that's passing on literally right now. So the continuation of life beyond and the departure that we witnessed her going through with close family members just has it be known that there's just this constant continuation in life. So the lesson today was for me was just a reminder that there's no birth or death necessarily. There's just a continuation.
Yes.
So a very peaceful, deep meditation. Thank you.
Beautiful. Yes, yes. Continuation of manifestation. Girish will take so-called birth in different form. Once this is dissolved. So that is how my master used to say that in my previous birth, I was another master of this name. So we witness that master also, teachings of that master also. So they are aware, they know it. They know the very process of manifestation. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. Thank you. Big takeaway for me was the use of awareness, and that when we're rooted in that knowing, so we never retire. That was the second thing that I really loved. That we don't retire, and that means not that we don't retire from the work we do, but we don't retire from that self-study that we do until we are fully awakened. And so then we see both, because first the awareness is always there, awarefulness of the awareness.
Yeah.
And we also see what's always changing, and we know that it's separate because we have to see both. But I think that the practice for me anyways is seeing what's not changing always first. Can I always see that first? So
yes, that is also another way to say that awareness is the choiceless awareness. And the mind, when I say I am aware of, it has to be with choice. I'm aware of right hand, I'm aware of the left hand. That is all the mind is doing. But behind that, there is a continuity of awareness. There is a continuity of the space. And behind that material manifestation, there is also a continuity. You can simply say existence. If you don't want to say consciousness, don't say it. Existence is always there. On that existence, you have a manifestation of this guy, this guy. But existence continues. So that is why this master says the real self is existence, consciousness, and bliss. So he uses all the three terms to make it very clear. How are you, existence, Terry?
Oh man, that last one just pushed all my other thoughts right out of my head.
Good.
I was thinking about in relation to what Dennis said, that about time, matter, and motion.
Yes.
So that might be something to do of an answer. But my experience was very smooth
Beautiful.
until right at the end I became aware of my breathing, and it was
We can all
difficult.
experience the way you are speaking today.
Oh,
Yes, we can see that.
okay.
That is beautiful. Live into that state. There is no birth in the death.
All right.
Are you shook?
Sir, namaskar. I am good and fine. And सर एक था ना जब कस्तूरी कुंडली बसे तो आई मीन जैसे हैप्पीनेस है दैट द सेम फॉर एवरी happiness is same. I mean, if I have the big car, big house, big
Yeah.
or five senses, all the I mean that is सागर में जैसे होता है ना, सागर में happiness is same.
Yes, happiness is the same.
अगर मैं चाय
Have
पी रहा हूँ, चाय पी
I
रहा हूँ कि
get $1 million and I say I'm happy because I am rich now. So that being rich belongs to the false I. That belongs to the false I. It superimposes with certain quantity that I am happy, and it hides the real self. That is a delusion. So we are living subjected by the illusion and delusion all the time. And I told you, I think, I told you that the moment you wake up, we wake up into the deluded world of name and the form, which is constantly changing. And I want to find out my permanent happiness in that change, in the time, in the motion, not possible. So that is why we have to learn. We have to learn, we have to educate the mind to get rid of that delusion, and then we can reach to that state of, what you say, mindful awareness or awarefulness, awareness, getting rid of less awareness. And we enter into that state. The last thing is that once you strike that state, it cannot be reversed because now ignorance is gone. Ignorance is gone. You learn driving at the age of 20. You leave the driving even for 20 years. You still can drive, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
We still can drive.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things, You cannot get rid of the memory that you are single or married. There are many things at the physical level also. Yes, that is all for today. We will meet again. Thank you, my friends.
Namaste,
Listen
sir.
again
Thanks,
and see
thanks
that.
for everyone. Namaste, everyone. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.